Hello, welcome to the TV18 network, CNN IBN, CNBC Awaaz, IBN 7, CNBC TV18. We're bringing you opinions and views on the budget from the political capital, Delhi, and the commercial capital, Mumbai. In Mumbai, I've got a panel that represents the face of modern corporate India. Ashwini Kakad, a name synonymous with the tourism and travel business. We've got Kishore Biyani, a name synonymous with the retail trade in India, the booming retail trade in India, and Ramesh Damani, a name synonymous with the stock markets. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. But before that, let's go across to Delhi, where Raddeep is waiting by. Raddeep?
Thanks very much, Senthil. Yes, if Mumbai is the country's financial capital, then Delhi very much is still the country's political capital. And of all the Chidambaram budgets, this perhaps has been the most political of all his budgets, which is why in this Twin Cities show on the TV18 network in Budget Impact, we also have a fair share of Delhi. And when you talk of Delhi, you have to talk of politicians. So with us is Praful Patel, Civil Aviation Minister, the charismatic Civil Aviation Minister in the Manmohan Singh government. Dipankar Mukherjee, the angry young man, if I can call him, of the CPIM, C2 Secretary, as well as a former Member of Parliament. And also with us, Sunil Munjal of the Hero Group and former President of CII. Thank you all very much for coming. Let's first start with the big question that's being asked about the Chidambaram budget, Mr. Praful Patel, that this was a budget which was a political budget. The focus was on managing politics, not so much on managing or driving forward, really, the economy.
Well, I'm very clear about one thing, that all budgets are political. After all, we represent the will of the people in our democracy. Governments come because of political mandate. So to say that a budget is not political would be absolutely untrue.
But I thought the whole focus of the economy was to be that politics was to matter less and less, and therefore the economic engine was to be driven forward.
No, but Rajdeep, I must admit that, you see, as all of us realize, how much can be now done about taxation, how much can be done about tariffs. You see, these are things which are now getting more and more standardized according to our integration with the world economy. And therefore, what one can do is to increase the revenue base. Once that money comes in, you will have to deploy it into some sectors which have not yet been given the due attention all these years.
Was that the problem, or is the problem the person on your left who's wearing a maroon shirt instead of a red shirt?
No, it's not him alone. It is us also who realize that we have to look after the people. After all, 60 years into independence, roti, kapda, makan is as relevant as it was in 1947. So how can you say that the poor will not be looked after? If you look at the elite of Mumbai or the elite of Delhi, there are twice the number of people who work with those people and who are not so well off.
So this was an Aam Aadmi budget. From what the minister is saying, he's suggesting this was an Aam Aadmi budget. And yet your first reaction of the CPIM Politburo was very clear. This was not an Aam Aadmi budget. That the finance minister could have done much more. What does the left really want, Mr. Dipankar Mukherjee, in this budget, which you did not get?
Politics is, without economics there can't be any politics. This type of new theory which is being brought about, I'm aghast at such theories, number one. Number two, what I want about, what do we want? Now, if you want it or not, as he said just now, say the two Indias, we do not want India to be divided in two Indias. Now there is, why I repeated, I am also representing Center of Indian Trade Unions, why I said that. 40 crores of people are workers in this country, 37 crores are unorganized. What is their perception about whatever economic survey or budgetary you do? When I say 40 crores of working class in this country, 37 crores are unorganized. What those people wanted a social security scheme, omnibus social security for those 37 crore workers engaged in informal sector.
Which many of you don't represent, which unions like yours don't necessarily
represent. Because we will not. If this is the definition of politics and economics, you will never find a CI2 working, organizing there, because I will be shunted out.
Very quickly, you're saying that this budget did not represent those interests.
One place. 2 crores of people who are organized sector. They wanted actually at least that the exemption will go from 1 lakh 10 to 1 lakh to 2 lakhs, 1.5 lakhs. Now, those organized sector who is getting 8,000 rupees per month, he cannot be happy if that by give a peanut of 10,000.
Okay, Mr. Sunil Munjal, you've heard the two politicians. Both of them seem to be speaking the same rhetoric. The fact is they claim there are two Indias, and budgets, particularly in the last decade, have really represented one India, an affluent India. They want to look at the other India. Is this a dichotomy you accept?
The answer is yes and no. And I'll tell you why I'm saying yes and no. One is there is no doubt that we need to become more inclusive in our entire economic growth. Absolutely no argument with that. However, I think the point we seem to be missing here is the only answer is growth. There is no other answer to take away poverty, to be able to provide more jobs, whether in the formal or in the informal sector, will only come from growth. Direct intervention is necessary. So I'm actually glad that the finance minister talked of additional funding for education, healthcare, agriculture. However, we've actually still missed the point on how do you actually deliver that funding to get some result out of this.
So your worry is the delivery systems. It's all very well for the finance minister to spend 40 minutes of his speech on agriculture, health, education. Your concern is delivery systems.
I think there's still a lot of work to be done on the reform of the process itself, of regulation in these areas. Agriculture is the most regulated part of the Indian economy, more than industry ever was. So I think it's important for the government to start stepping back.
Okay. Agriculture reform really didn't take off in that sense in this budget. There was a lot of talk about it, but it didn't really take off. That's your prime concern.
We talked of funding it, yes.
Okay. Let's take a break at this point, and before that, go back to Senthil in Mumbai. Senthil, you've heard the politicians, just their preliminary remarks. More from you in Mumbai.
Thank you, Rajdeep. A couple of more hours to think about the budget than what was immediately after the budget. Has things changed? Because soon after the budget, most of corporate India felt just that little bit disappointed.
I think same here because we believe the cost of doing business has gone up, for us at least, substantially. Secondly, we believe we are getting into the next phase of economic growth, and we were wondering whether consumption can drive that economic growth, because consumption can also lead to increase of the whole economic power of the country, can increase manufacturing, can increase services. But we didn't see that intent or direction towards increasing consumption in any which way. We are seeing that savings are going up in the country. So I think that's a concern, because we believe that consumption can definitely take us to the next level.
Okay, so you're clearly not happy with the budget he presented.
I think what we said, what I'm saying, that there could be a lot of things which could have been done for our sector at least, which doesn't seem to be getting that attention yet.
Okay.
That's a positive note perhaps to end on. If all three of you are agreeable, if corporate India, the left and the government is on the same page.
It's a question of an approach, a methodology. And I think Mr. Chidambaram has addressed these concerns. I'm not saying that 100% everybody can satisfy, but Mr. Dipankar Mukherjee has no reason to complain with this budget.
Well, the fact is that at least on this program, we've got the unions, the government and the corporates together. Maybe this partnership needs to be strengthened further. I think that's really the message coming from Delhi: inclusive growth, strengthening of partnerships.
Thanks, Rajdeep. So the consensus here, at least in Mumbai, seems to be what it was immediately after the budget, 6 hours after the budget, 24 hours after the budget. He had a great opportunity which he's missed, which he just didn't grab. It won't kill the Indian economy, but it certainly will slow down growth as we go along. A tad disappointing coming from a man who was celebrating the 10th anniversary of his dream budget. Thank you so much for watching.